Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome to the Note Closer Show, episode 55. It is Thursday, February 16th. Gorgeous day here, rocking and rolling. We have a very busy Thursday here in the office as we get final prepped for our Marketing Madness event that we're helping with Chase Thompson Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Jen's working on getting some deals funded, deals closed from people being idiots that are getting blacklisted at the last minute. I hate blacklisting, but sometimes it's just damn fun to unsubscribe people from everything. You don't come to a closing table and then demand to change the contract for your specifications.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. That ain't gonna work. All right. Yeah, you don't start writing me a long novel about why you can't close or other things. It just doesn't work that way. So, anyway, today's topic though is you're outsourcing your control freak, right?
Yes.
We all have control. We are all control freaks as entrepreneurs. Total freak show. Okay. Because a lot of us get where we're at because we're good at what we do. Okay? Now, I've experienced this. I see other people that are successful in the industry go through these plateaus. Okay? And really, there's a definite plateau of deal flow. When you start closing and have enough working deals, you get to a point where you can only handle so much bandwidth. And that number is somewhere around 20 deals. Okay? Once you get to 20 working deals, if you're doing everything yourself, or your husband and spouse are doing everything yourselves, it's really hard to grow from there if you don't learn to outsource your control freak. Okay? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, there's paperwork, there's talking with your vendors, there's vendor management. You should be making some money at 20 deals, hopefully. If not, you got some crappy deals. But with you trying to raise capital and do the marketing and do the due diligence and the after work, it's really, really hard to be successful. Now, there's a great book called The E-Myth, okay, by Michael Gerber. I've actually got a couple copies of this. Great book. Yes, I shop at half-price books all the time. Just because it's half price doesn't mean it's half the knowledge, okay? Great book. This talks about how entrepreneurs basically wear three hats, and we're only really good at one hat, the forward thinking for the most part. Not so much good at the research and development, and not so good at the implementation a lot of times. A lot of us come up with great ideas, but we have a hard time implementing things. Now, I had a couple of our mastermind students swing by last night, visit us here, and they were talking about they've hit that kind of, that I won't say glass ceiling, but that ceiling on deal flow wise, because they're busy doing everything themselves. Now, don't get me wrong, they're having a great time. All right, they're making money. They've closed on 25 deals in the last 11 or 10 months, which is big applause to that. Big props. But they're struggling on their marketing because they're trying to do everything themselves. Okay? So today, that's why today's topic is outsourcing the control freak. Okay? And I only say this because I am a card-carrying member of the Control Freaks Non-Anonymous Association, the CAA, okay, or CFAA, okay? You have to, and this is one thing that everybody struggles with, and I can give you some names of people in the note industry that have always gone through this. They hit that rally point, they get up to, most people buy one deal, 3 deals, and they'll go to their, 10, 15. When they get to 20, it's just a lot of paperwork, a lot of moving parts. To deal with your deal flow and your exit strategies, your vendors, raising capital, breaking down due diligence. And that's why your first hire needs to be an assistant of some sort or a partner who's going to take on a large chunk of the day-to-day activities. Okay? Now, what do I mean by day-to-day activities? Well, maybe you need to hire somebody who comes in and just does due diligence on your deals. Okay? Who does all the due diligence, the research, the phone calls, the checking, the ordering the BPOs, the ordering O&Es when things are done, okay? If you're good at the marketing and raising capital side, okay, or originating deals, that's the side you focus on, and they focus on the due diligence and the exit strategy and stuff like that. What also happens a lot of times if you're foreclosing, you need somebody to really kind of help manage the REO aspect of that once it becomes an REO, if you do take it back, all right? Who's going to hire the realtor? Who's going to handle the general contractor? Are you going to hire a general contractor? Are you going to manage everything from afar? That's a full-time construction job if you end up with a lot of REOs. And honestly, guys, you probably are getting out of that business to get into the note business to avoid having to swing a hammer and manage subcontractors. Not fun at all, okay? total moving part. Plus, you're not good at it. It will bleed you dry in a lot of your profits. Okay? So, how do you outsource the control freak? Well, you have to start early. If you wait till you get to 20 to 25 deals, or till you have the money to be able to afford it, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot because you're not going to have these systems in place, and you're going to hit a lull spot or a dip in your income as you try to figure this out. So the best thing I can recommend that you do is start figuring things out in the front end. You've heard me talk about systems, okay? Software. There's some things that you can use to implement in your day-to-day thing. Now, some people like to use AssetWorks, which is by Mark Gold, as a software program. I still like Excel because we have so many deals that we're working on. But I have my vendors, I have my special servicing guys that really handle a large part of it. All right. Now, one thing you could do is you could hire a company to help you with your initial due diligence, like Liz Broomer with TakeTex or NoteInvestingClub.com. And for what she charges for due diligence, it's pretty inexpensive. Plus, if you are hiring somebody, her $500 fee to download all her training videos for her VAs are worth it. It's so much worth the time and energy to pay for that if you're going to hire a staff to do big things. I know we've had her on the workshops, Note Camp, the dummies, and everybody raves about Liz. Liz is an ex-student who's just done amazing things. And she started hiring VAs and starting to put this program together as a necessity to help her with her schedule. Because she's I think, kindergarten, first grade teacher. And so she only had a few hours a week to work after hours because, we know, teachers work a lot. So she found her niche, carved it out, found VAs, trained them all with videos, sample tapes, what she would do herself, and has done an amazing job helping out a ton of other note investors across the country. Now, that is hires what you do due diligence. Maybe you need to bring on somebody, give them a percentage of the deals that you break down. If they've got flexibility, or a stay-at-home mom, or stay-at-home dad, or just stay at home. Another thing that's important to do early on is to put systems in place for your marketing. A marketing calendar is huge because it helps you stay organized with what you're doing. You don't want to be just a Wild West guy coming around with a gun, firing away. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to be nearly as efficient. Now, if you come in an orderly fashion and knock down things on a weekly basis, monthly basis, or yearly basis, you'll be much more successful because you've got a plan of action. Okay, Monday we do this, Tuesday we do this, Wednesday we do this, Thursday we do this, Friday we do this, okay? Time blocking your schedule will help you control that control freak, but you're not going to be able to squeeze 80 hours into a 40-hour week. It's like trying to squeeze 10 pounds of shit into a 5-pound bag. It will only work for a couple minutes, all right? And then you've got a mess on yourself, okay? So if you can put things into place like your CRM tool, like MailChimp, or maybe you're using something like a Pipedrive or Podio for your workflow, that's helpful. All right? Find something that you can use to implement it for the most part. Now, I like Excel because I can still dictate where we go. We use a lot in Excel here because we're constantly moving, editing things. I have AssetWorks. We're about to start moving more things into that. I didn't want to kill you all with things. Just be like, what the hell, Scott?
Do you see my face right now?
Yeah, I see your face right now. The thing is, you have to learn to implement things. Now, when you bring on an assistant, okay, if you hire an assistant, that should be your first hire. And no offense, if you're working 40 hours a week, you need to hire somebody that can work at least 10 hours a week for you. What do I mean by that? Well, that's somebody that can do due diligence for you. They can make some phone calls while you're at the JOB during work hours. And trust me, at $10 or $15 an hour, that's $150 a week. You can afford that. You can find a way to make that happen because that person should be making you more than $150 in time, $150 more in more deals you're submitting, or $150 more in marketing. Maybe it's not in the first week. Maybe it's not the second week. Maybe it's not the first 30 days. But at 90 days, if you are really delegating information to them and really taking the time to train them, they will make you money. Okay? They will make you money. Every person you hire, based on their credible skills, should be making you an extra 30 to 100 grand a year. Okay? Honestly, the more you train them, the more due diligence, the more stuff that you give them to do, should be bringing in somewhere between 30 to 100 grand. True story. It all depends on the skills that you hire for and how much stuff that you give them. But they should outdo, and that's above and beyond what you're paying them. All right. Now, some of you guys can use like a company called Upwork to find virtual assistants abroad. That's a great source for cheap labor initially. You can have them work 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 hours a week for you, doing your marketing, do your MailChimp, reaching out to your asset managers, reaching out to your vendors. Maybe they're not good on the phone, but they can still handle email conversations, a lot of online stuff. They can handle your social media accounts and other things. So we got some funny comments coming in.
Well, yeah, it's later on. But Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek, has also been a great section of using VAs. I use a gentleman out in Brazil doing our snail mail and email drip campaigns, and Laura Blanc said this.
Yep.
Stephanie says nobody enjoys a 10-pound bag of poop either. James Gudekunz, I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. I said I would be willing to hire Scott to help out in northern Michigan.
Yeah, you can't afford me, bud. You can't afford me.
That's why I was laughing.
Yeah, that's great. You can't afford me. Trust me, you don't want me to spend 4 days with you. That's how
take over your business.
I would kick your ass so much you would be kicking me out the door. I used to go out and coach people for 4 days with our one-on-one mentoring. You literally go out and spend 4 days with them one-on-one in their market, in their house or office. At the end of 4 days, they were so ready for me to leave because I'm hammering, okay, you got to do this now. And then sometimes people take off from work to do that. And well, if you take a week off from work and you go back to work, you're overwhelmed with work. You don't have the time to implement what I've taught you. So, yeah, this is why you have to hire somebody and just give them things to do. So I'm going to give you a sample listing right now on here of what you would post onto Upwork. Okay? Or what you could post on Craigslist looking, basically your title, looking for a real estate assistant. I'm an active investor looking for somebody who can help me with the following items. Must be fluent in these programs. Microsoft Office. That means Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Okay? Minimum of Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Adobe. You must be good with social media. Includes Facebook, Meetup, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn. All right? Must have good writing skills. All right? Must have English as a first language. All right? Some work experience would be good because you have plenty of people out there looking for jobs. Real estate experience not required. All right. Some of the best people I've hired are people that didn't have any real estate experience. You're one of those, Nicole. Yes. Okay.
So you train them how they.
That's exactly right. You can train them exactly how you need them to be. Now,
stuck in old habits.
exactly. Now, never been opposed to hiring realtors that are just looking for extra money. You just have to expect at some point they're probably going to leave you, and that's completely fine. Your staff, hopefully, you're putting into your staff at some point they grow, and either they grow with your company or they grow to the point where hey, you have to, wish them farewell. What's great is they get to train their replacement for the most part. All right, so everybody here does a great job. All right. One thing is to realize, though, everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. And right off the bat, even no matter how good they are, they're probably only going to be able to do something at 70% of what you would be able to do initially. You have to understand that. And you can't get the mentality, well, they're not going to do as good a job as I am, so I'm going to do it. You have to just nip that in the bud. You have to realize for a period of 90, 120 days, you have to give them that learning curve. You've got 6 years, 8 years, 10 years of experience. They're not going to have that experience immediately. Okay? And you use it as a learning curve. Hey, you give them something to do, see how they do. You spend some time with them. Hey, here's how I would tweak it. Or let's change the font on this. Or here's how I would word it. All right? Those are all things that you can have them do. So let's go back again. If you're uploading to Upwork, Upwork is a place that used to be under Elance, and is a great place to find virtual assistants from like $4 an hour, all across the world. All right, I've hired a lot of VAs on Upwork over the years, and it's done an amazing job. And I always said, like, real estate assistant wanted. Like I said, must be fluent in Microsoft Office, Word, PowerPoint, email. Excel, Adobe Acrobat. Also must be fluent in social media. Some of the things that you'll be doing are video editing, list building, database management. You may even want to put on there What kind of CRM you're using? Must be have some experience in Infusionsoft or MailChimp or Upwork or Podio experience. Okay, and put the number of hours a week, initially starting at 10 and growing from there. You have a lot of people that will work 10 hours a week for you, no problem. Now, another thing that I've found that works really well too is if you've got some other colleagues, 2, 3, 4 people that you get along, you're a group of people working in your business, maybe you have different things, maybe you'll share a full-time assistant. Maybe they're working 10 hours a week for you, 10 hours a week for you, 10 hours a week for you, and 10 hours a week for you. That's 40. That's much more desirable for somebody, and they're probably doing a lot of the similar activities that they're doing for her, that they're doing for him, they're doing for him, and they're doing for her, which is okay. It means that learning curve becomes faster. It's a much faster process because they're not having to learn new activities every day. They're doing a lot of the same things. Hey, go out here and jump on LinkedIn, spend the day on LinkedIn connecting with people. Or jump on Twitter and do a hashtag search real estate and connect with all those people. Those are simple things that I had a VA do initially for like $1 to $2 an hour. Oh, broad. Can you go on to Facebook and connect with some groups? All right. Or go on to meetup.com and create some groups. Or here's the list of banks. Go on, of asset managers. Go on LinkedIn and try to find their special asset managers people. These are all things that you can easily do to have a VA do things. You can also teach them how to break down assets. Okay. Hey, check the taxes. Check beds, bats. Jump on white pages and find a phone number for the borrowers. Or Facebook stalk them. All right. Get on the county recorder's website and check who's the owner of the property or how much your taxes are due by the tax association. These are all jobs and things that you can outsource to people relatively cheaply that don't have to be physically in your office. And as a VA, you're not going to be paying them payroll taxes, medical, or things like that. It's 10 hours a week at $4. Great. You send them $40 via PayPal or something once a week, which works out really well. And a lot of times those VAs will get paid after they do the work. And Upwork is also really good about, if the work is not quality, trying to find somebody who will help you out with it. But you have to realize, everybody, nobody's going to do as good a job as you for at least 30, 60, 90 days. It's an evolving thing to help you make things. And the more communicative you are, the more you communicate with these people, the better they're going to get, the faster they're going to get at, because they're looking for feedback. They're looking for constructive criticism to help you do things. And once you've got that person hired, oh my God, it's like you just cloned yourself. Maybe you cloned this part of you that you didn't want to have. You ever seen that thing like Mr. Mom? Or where's the guy that clones himself? Who's the first Batman? Huh? Multiplicity, yes. Where they end up Michael Keaton. That's exactly right. Where it was a copy of a copy of a copy.
And they just get saved.
Good job, Brian. That's what you have to look at. All right. Now, if you ever seen Multiplicity, go see it. It's a great movie. It'll crack you up what I'm talking about. Because if you look at the fourth version, he didn't spend a lot of time training the fourth version. Plus, he was a little retarded, I think. Mentally handicapped. Let's be politically correct there.
Because he was a clone of a clone.
Exactly.
A clone of the original.
Exactly. Exactly. So, but that's what I'm trying to get at, guys and gals. Trust me, if you're at the point here where you're ready to close deals or you're in real estate long term. If you're spending and banging your head against the wall because A, you don't have enough time to do due diligence, or you don't have enough time to spend with your family because your spare time is spent breaking down everything, you probably need to hire a virtual assistant or assistant to help you out with just the low-hanging fruit, checking your mail, going to get your dry cleaning, dropping off your dry cleaning, taking the car, taking the dog. Those are simple things that I've had assistants do in the past. Okay? Very easy to do. Like I would, you may also want to look to outsource some of the things that you do on a regular basis. Maybe you need to bring in a housekeeper once every 2 weeks to do a clean. Maybe you need to take 4 minutes to do your laundry, 2 minutes to put it in a garbage bag, drop it off at the cleaner, come back the next day, it's all folded, washed, cleaned, to use the software you like, and 2 minutes to pick it up and put it away. I love dropping off my laundry. It's the best $75 I spend every week to 2 weeks. All right, I haven't done it lately, but when I was traveling a lot, oh my gosh, I hate washing clothes. I still hate washing clothes to this day. Because I hate washing and being busy and then like, oh, I forgot I left the stuff in the dryer or the washer. I got to wash it all over again, right? Ryan, you're shaking your head. It happens to you a lot? Yeah, same here, man. Yeah, same here.
Having 4 kids to do that with as well.
I agree
it's
with you.
fun.
It's not fun. I agree. But it becomes a really nice thing to treat yourself to. Let me just go drop it off. It's like $1.25, $1.10 a pound. Someone's gonna be heavier than others because I'm a little heavier than others, right? But it's the best $75 because you look at that. It would take me 3 hours of time doing that back and forth. Well, I just got 3 hours of my life back. 3 hours. What can I do in 3 hours? Worst case, I sit out in my back patio, a glass of Crown and a cigar. I go see a movie. I go work out.
At the gym.
I go do something. Whatever I want. Okay? Learn to outsource the things in your life. So if you could do anything today, with it being Thursday, I want you to make a list of things that either you think you could outsource. And for some of you who are a little more seasoned on the top, maybe it's the social media. Maybe it's the email services. Maybe it's coming up with the content. I don't understand why nobody can come up with content. Content's one of the easiest thing to come up with. Content's all around us, but what I'm still getting at is somebody who can still go out there, maybe find articles for you, find an RSS feed, can jump on DS News and find an article that makes sense for you and help you write something up. Any comments, Nicole?
Yeah, Michelle Hill says, deja vu. Why do I think you're talking to me? I swear we had this conversation last night in your office. Seriously, thank you so very much.
Michelle Hill, I wasn't going to name names, but if you're going to call yourself out there, it was such a good discussion last night with you. I thought it was very relevant across the board for so many people. And Michelle and Rick have done an amazing job. I have to give big kudos to them. I mean, they're out. They need a big applause. Come on,
Real applause.
real applause. Michelle and Rick moved to Hawaii short term to chase their dream of helping their daughter become a professional surfer. Surfer. Hang 10, not wait 10, okay? And they're out there doing it, and they're doing deals from Hawaii. They're like in the outposts of the note world in Hawaii, okay? But they're still making things happen. You know, they come back and forth. Their other daughter just got engaged. So they're back in Austin here, or around there. But they're doing an amazing job closing the deals. But, you know, they realize they're control freaks. Sometimes it's hard to outsource it when you want people to do is good a job and when you're as big a perfectionist as a lot of us are, okay? So the reason I brought that up, I thought it was a great discussion last night, and I thought other people need to hear it as well. And it's nothing against Michelle or Rick. Hey, they're embracing their issues. They're like, hey, what can we do to solve this? And like, hey, the best thing to do, hire somebody to make things happen. I mean, I have even hired people from the local high school, from like the Job Corps, would come in and work 10 hours a week just stuffing envelopes for us when we were doing a lot of direct mail, or stuffing postcards, or stamping postcards. Or sometimes they would just do it for jobs because I didn't have to pay them anything, except a cheese pizza and a Dr. Pepper.
Hey.
So shout out to Michelle. How many deals in 12 months?
She's done 25 deals in like 11 months, she said. So big shout out to them.
Yeah.
Did a really great job.
Get it, girl.
And Michelle will be the first one to admit that they struggle with their marketing, even though they're in paradise. I'm like, you should do a deal from the beach every day. The beachy deals. Beachy deals. With sand in their toes and, I don't know, sand in the toes, dollars in the bank. I don't know, something like that. Twinkle.
Toes in the water, butt in the sand.
Toes in the water, butt in the sand, a big paycheck in hand. Oh! You can use that. Toes in the, what is it? Toes in the water, butt in the sand, large closed deal, paycheck in hand. Hey! Forget about it. I think we have an infographic coming up for that later today. That's creative content right there. Nicole, go make that happen.
I can
That's
do
just
it.
outsourced, right?
I can do it.
Okay. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Any other comments with everybody?
No, well, Michelle said she's talking about, I think she uses University of Hawaii students. It just says UH students.
Yeah, university. A lot of college students, a lot of community college, a lot of Job Corps. There's a lot of people out there looking. If you're looking for help in marketing, go literally. Greg, you guys just you were taking a class on social media, right? And events? Marketing?
Go to your art schools. Go to your
Yes.
colleges.
Where did you go to school at,
The
Nicole?
Art Institute of Austin.
So the Art Institute has a lot of creative people there
Yes.
that can make things happen. Actually, do you have your friends? Because I know a lot of people would probably pay for like 10 to 20 hours a week.
They all actually have jobs now.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
They-
good.
They all have jobs now.
They all adulted.
They adulted.
They all adulted.
Things like that. But that's the great thing. You can find people out there that have expertise or a little bit more experience in things than you do.
She says, I need to find my own Nicole.
Find your own
Michelle
Nicole.
Hill.
Find my inner Nicole.
Go to the art department of UH.
There you go. Well, that's what we talked about that last night. We even said that there's a lot of creative people out there. Now, what you have happening, though, in a lot of places, you have the manana effect.
Do it tomorrow.
I'll get to it later.
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
And she was talking about that last night about have like landscapers that come up and mow. If the surf's up, they're going to be a little late. And sure enough, they showed up at the house one time. The guys are in wetsuits, like pulled down to their waist and mowing the lawn barefoot, and then go back to go surfing again, which is great. But that's the thing. Is sometimes you just need to find people that do it. Maybe it's not people and aren't close to you. You know, I used to outsource a lot of marketing to Chase early on as our business has grown. And he's grown, not doing that so much anymore. But he's doing still a tremendous job. And we're excited, once again, Marketing Madness this weekend. Still not too late to sign up for a virtual seat in the class for $500. All right? You can go to bit.ly/Marketing Madness Chase with the MMC capitalized and use the special code VIRTUAL.
All caps.
I think I don't know if it's all caps or the V.
Okay.
It's capped. Anyway,
Just try it.
just try virtual as a special code to get it at $500,
Nothing wrong with it.
and we'll get you signed up.
Nice, keep you on your toes.
Excited about that. It'll be a lot of great content. It's still going to be a small enough class and remotely that you'll still be able to have a lot of stuff directed directly at your business. A couple other websites that you can use to help outsource things: Buffer, Hootsuite. There's some great things to set up your automated marketing. If you struggle with posting on a regular basis, you can literally go in and set this stuff up.
That way you can have your marketing calendar online and just sends it out for you.
Exactly. Using a CRM tool. Like, you know, Cody Cox is really good at this because he writes his emails on Sunday and he sends up follow-up emails throughout the week. Is using a CRM tool that can send it at a future time frame. So MailChimp can even send it out a week later, 2 days later to the group that didn't open it. They can send it at the exact best time that people are opening it. If you do it in more than 24 hours, they will literally send it at the exact time on that person's time zone. So if 6 p.m. is the best time to send an email out, as long as you're sending it out more than 24 hours in advance, it'll do it at 6 o'clock East, 6 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Mountain, 6 o'clock Pacific, Hawaiian, and Alaskan time for you as well. There's a lot of things you guys can do to outsource your time and clone yourself and make your hours that much more valuable, everybody. So learn to outsource the control freak in you. I know it's not an easy thing. It's one thing we still all struggle with on a daily basis. But every little job and chore you outsource and delegate and clone makes you that much more valuable as an entrepreneur because you can focus on the things that you're good at versus wasting time on the things you're not so good at. So, any other questions, comments from everybody? That's all we've got today for episode 54, everybody. We might have a remote episode tomorrow from San Antonio. I think Chase and I'll try to put one on. I may do it out in the hallway while he's getting started. So, otherwise, we will see you Monday. It's President's Day. Have a great weekend and go out and make something happen today, everybody. See you guys at the top.